Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you see, I'm filming outside because it is summer, and actually I wanted to do a video about the weather because that's a question I get often asked, or people ask me that a lot. How do I cope with the weather? So I just wanted to give a quick overview of what it's like, what I've been through, what I do to get through the seasons or try to do. Doesn't always work out. But anyway, this is a video about the weather in Germany. Let's get into this video. Weather, if you don't know, you should know that there are 4 seasons in Germany. We have winter, spring, summer, autumn. To be honest, because of global warming, in my opinion, they kind of just all melt together, especially from, let's say, around November all the way to May. I just say it's cold. It's different levels of cold, but it's still cold. So if you've been here, you know exactly what I mean. Even in summer, you'll have some cold days. Winter usually starts around November and it's going to end, I think, officially in March, around Easter. So it means that from November till about March, this is what they say. Actually, they say from October till March, it's quite cold. We're talking about temperatures below 10 degrees, usually below 5 degrees. It's usually very windy, rainy. It's not, you don't really have much dry winters, so often I would recommend that people get jackets with hoods because there's a high chance that it's going to be raining. It might rain, the rain is cold. So yeah, it's always better if you have a jacket with a hood or always an umbrella. You would see that people during winter always walk with umbrellas because you never know when it's going to rain or when it's going to snow. Of course, I hate winter the most. It's very wet, it's cold, it's wet and it's cold. It's a very depressing time. Usually you don't see the sun much, to be honest. Most of the time you don't see the sun. It's usually very overcast. So on top of it being very cold, it's also very overcast and cloudy, and it's just not nice. And then let us not forget that during winter the sun comes up later and goes down earlier. So in the middle of winter, you'd probably have, this is when you have the shortest day of the year, the shortest light day of the year, where the sun will probably come up around 8, between 7:30 and 8, and then the sun will go down by 4, between 4 and 4:30. So that, to me, that's depression at its best. Anyway, winter it was definitely trying for me. I remember when I first came, it was September, and I think the temperature was around 23 degrees, and I was wearing my winter jacket. To me, it was just super cold. It wasn't fun. But now I'm like, oh, it's 23 degrees. That's short pants weather. So like today is 23 degrees, and it's partially cloudy. So it's actually really nice weather. Then we get into spring, which is actually really nice because everything starts coming alive again after it was dead for so long. So you see the flowers blooming, but again, it's a very wet season usually. It's not very dry. It rains a lot. But you see a lot of people planting flowers, and it gives you this happy feeling, you know, like it's coming back. So people start to, well, for me personally, I start to get back my regular color because during winter you look so pale, but then by summer you start to see more sunny days. It's still raining a lot, but you have more sunny days, less overcast days. I still don't like spring because it's in spring the weather could be anything. It could go from snowing one day to hot sun the next day, pouring rain the next day, flooding. In spring, you need to be dressed for all possible occasions. You need to have on boots that are waterproof. You need to have a hood or an umbrella or both, and make sure your umbrella not light so it don't blow up when the wind blow, because trust me, the wind is going to blow and you're going to lose your umbrella. So don't bother with the umbrella. Yes, just have a hood. You need to have layers in your bag because it could be 20 degrees when you leave home, but probably in the next hour it will be 14, and then the next hour it will be 9, and then before you know it is 0 degrees. So these things really happen. It doesn't happen all the time in spring, but really the weather is very unpredictable during spring. Then we come to summer, which is where we are now, and it starts around June, beginning of June, all the way until middle of September. And yeah, is what we know in the Caribbean is hot. Okay, it's not hot. They have hot days, but like for example, today is just very comfortable. It's around 23 degrees. With the wind, there will be a bit of a chill, so that's why I wear like a bit of a sleeve, but I could wear short pants if it's not windy. And often in summer, there isn't much wind somehow. I feel like on the hotter days, there is no wind, and on the cooler days, there's lots of wind. I don't know who we need to talk to about this, but it's not working out. So like for example, last Saturday we had a really scorcher. It was like 33 degrees, no wind, it was just completely still. This is the kind of weather that people will pass out in the streets. So best thing people do, they go home, they close all their blinds, and they just hibernate because it's just too hot to exist outside for them. 33 degrees, but to be honest, the 33 really feels, it's dry, it's, I don't know what it just feels, it feels awful. So even me, I don't want to be outside in 33 because you sweat really easily, as well as it gets hotter. It's difficult to breathe. We don't want the hot days, we just want the in between. You see the temperature between 21 and 28, I find that's like ideal temperature, and I wish it would stay like that all the time, because from the time you hit the 30s, the 33 it's unbearable. Like, it's just unbearable. But yeah, summer is just the time when you could just wear anything, just while out. And it does rain a bit in summer, but not as much. You don't have to have your layers, you don't have to have the umbrella. Of course, as you're coming to the end of summer, you will start getting some colder evenings, so you'd want to have an extra jacket or whatever. And then we have autumn, which is the most stylish season, if you ask me, because this is when people can wear their coats. It's getting colder. But autumn is like spring without all the rain. So autumn is quite nice. There is still rain then, but it's not as much rain. It's okay if you don't have a jacket with a hood in autumn. There's a chance that you wouldn't get wet. So that's the 4 seasons, and my favorite is definitely summer, which we're in now. So anyway, that was it for this video on the weather. But I still want to make that video answering your burning questions that you may have for me. So I'm probably going to run a poll on Instagram. But if not, please leave your comment below. As I said, I'm going to try to do that at the end of this month, or maybe the end of next month. But yeah, I'm looking out for your comments, looking out for your questions. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.